Hey Nationers, today we are going to be ranking all 15 of the Marvel Rivals maps, and we are determining what is the best map in Marvel Rivals. I have the viewers part of Twitch. Make sure to go catch the stream. I'll leave a link down in the description below because the Nationers in the Twitch stream are going to be voting for the best Marvel Rivals maps. My input as well will also be on top of that. So let's get right into it. The first map we have here is Vitzreal Path. This is a convoy map, a three-stage convoy map. This one, honestly, one of my favorite maps so far. Out of all of the rankings that I could give it, the window is open. I'm going to give it an A. I want to say there are some really good maps in here. I'm going to give it an A. I was a little gung-ho when I first gave a Adam Warlock in my last Marvel Rivals tier list an S because he slowly worked himself down. However, my personal thoughts about this, especially with three-stage, every single time you get to... The first stage is all right. It's pretty prequel. The second stage can be kind of pivotal, but that third stage, when you're going down the little path, down to the left, down to the right, and you're kind of ending into this garden, so beautiful that all of the gameplay is so nice. So I'm going to give it an A for that reason. And it seems like most of the Nationers are giving it an A. We got a vote of 2-1. Very nice. The next map here, Nationers, we are voting on Clintar Celestial Husk. Nationers, guys, this is the brand new map that just came out, a part of Marvel Rivals Season 3. I know where my audience, the Nationers, are going to be putting this one. Personally, I am a big fan of it. I'm going to give it a B. I think most people will probably give it a C or D. I feel you have to be trolling. You have to be trolling if you're giving it an S. You have to be trolling. I think a B or a C, I think most people would probably put in a D, if we're being honest. If we have like 500 people in here, it's going straight to D based on averages. I think someone clicked an S to troll, but then realized they can't change it. So it's going to belong in a B. Personally, I really like this map. It's very nice, tight. It's very neat. There's a few achy pains, especially if you are like a flyer, maybe even someone like Spider-Man. But overall, I do like that map a lot. Now, Nationers, we head into the Hellfire Gala Convoy on Araco. This one, again, super fun map, by the way. I played this map a few times today on stream. I will say the other side of it, I played it a few times in ranked. You're actually not trolling. You actually want to see it as an S. I like that. This map, the Hellfire Gala, to me, to be honest, I know it just came out. I think I need to let it settle in a little bit more. It's a pretty wide open map, so obviously you're going to get a lot of flyers, maybe even a few flankers, a lot of melee tanks I felt like I've kind of dealt with just because like heals are pretty easy to get in there. Hellfire for me, a lot of people are not really liking this. Obviously there could be a million reasons why people like or dislike maps, but personally I like this map for how good on the offensive side it is. I think also if I take into account the defensive side, you usually don't win it on the defensive side, so it makes a lot of sense. Next up, Nationers, we have the Hellfire Gala Krakoa. This is the domination, so the three maps that came a part of Emma Frost return into the Marvel Rival universe. This map, again, I'm going to give it a B. It could be an A. It's probably one of the more simplistic but intriguing dominations. There's always good matches on there. The one map that I do like is the one where we kind of walk down the staircases and we kind of settle in. That's a great map. It's very good. These maps are really good for Scarlet Witch. I have to give it a B because there is a lot of things in the way a lot of the times, especially that one where there's a trees that typically break and there's kind of the walkway that kind of forks. When the momentum's kind of gone, it can be kind of rough, but it seems like it is going to get an A, by the way, Nationers. You guys have voted an A for the Hellfire Gala Krakoa. I love that. I think it deserves an A in a lot of ways. I can see it being an A, which you guys voted on. Someone voted an S. That's wow. Okay. Now we head into the Eternal Night map. Central Park. This is a convergence. So convergence compared to convoy, compared to domination. Think about domination and convoy combined. It's convergence. You have to unlock 3 sets of rings before you can now walk your convoy. And personally, I really like this map. S is a little heavy. I probably could have given it an A. By far my favorite. Like, I love the Eternal Night maps. I love them. I love the Central Park. I like the Midtown. I think they're just missing like this domination. I think that's all they're missing. But genuinely, I love it. A lot of people hate this map. It's gonna go in C. It's going to go in C. Genuinely, I really like this map. I could also put Midtown up here. If we were sorting out through like top through bottom, I would have put it there. But obviously, that's where the votes go. And it does go ahead of Hellfire Gala, which I 100% understand. Next up, Nationers, we have, ooh, this one's a fun one. This is actually the Doom match, by the way, Nationers. So this is the Empire of Eternal Knights, the Sanctum Sanctorum. This is where the Doom matches typically take place. Personally, I'm gonna give it a B. I think it's a great map. It's a good map. Is it a great map though? That's like the one thing that I think I have to discern. I have played a few Doom matches. I do like the, traveling areas. I also have to kind of take into account like what's my purpose there, like what am I going for. I'm pretty limited in the amount of characters I can play, but I'm going to rate it a B, which it is going to, I believe, belong in a B. Next up, we head into now the final map of the Eternal Night, Midtown. This one, like I mentioned, you guys already know, I gave Central Park an S, and I believe that Midtown's better. This one's an S. I love this map wholeheartedly. I can think that Central Park and Midtown could be A's, depending on where people vote, but we got another S tier there. That's kind of nuts. Somebody rated it a C, so it's going to drop down. Wow. I think it's an S tier map. I think it's an S tier just theme from that first little section. Obviously, if you're playing like someone like Squirrel Girl, someone like Moon Knight, even someone like Penny, you have a Captain America there. It's super fun. You go from there to the second entrance, and that's a lot of fun. And now, wow, shout out to the 3 people that voted S. Obviously, I'm one of them, but the other 2 people, because this is a great map. I do believe that it deserves an S. It at least moves up into our #1 map, by the way. It moves into our #1 map, which is super awesome. Next up, Nationers, we have what I would probably say is probably one of the 2 best maps on here. I'm going to give this one an S tier. This is actually the Conquest, by the way, Nationers. So this is the Conquest map. I think it's still a lovely map. I can play Conquest Arcade for days. Seems like everyone else is on that same boat. But this is the Conquest map, so obviously different than the Convoy. Just because you're actually, it's more a little bit arcadey, quick respawns. You're just trying to collect those little gems, almost kind of like Kill Confirmed. And yeah, this style, everything I like about it is S tier. Snaps out for Tokyo. And that's just a Conquest, by the way. I could only imagine once we head into the Convoy and Convergence. Oh my gosh. Okay, next up, Nationers, we are heading into the Clintar series. This is the Convergence. This is Symbiotic Surface. This is the one where you have kind of like these boxy areas. There's a bunch of symbiotes, and you kind of go into this center area, giant wall drops, and now you're carrying this like almost Venom-like head. This map, I'm going to give it an A. I'm going to give it an A. I like it an A, to be honest. I think A's where I would put this right off the rip. Really for one of 2 reasons. These matches are always super hyped towards the end, similar to the Vitzreal Path Convoy map. Very similar in nature. The overall nature that I would put it in is you're always going to get a quality map, or it's very extreme. You're going to get really good quality matches where like you like absolutely dog walk a team and then they come back, or you're just going to walk the team. So it's very contrasty. Seems like not a whole lot of Nationers like this map. It is the worst rated map, by the way, which is very sad because I do like that map. However, Nationers, we head into the Domination series, the Hydra Charteris base. This is Hell's Heaven. So this one has 3 matches, obviously as a Domination. So 3 maps. So got to take that into account. Personally, I really like this. These are probably my favorite Dominations, just because when you are winning, you are winning. Matches and battles on site are always so epic. And overall, I gotta give this one an S tier. This one's an S tier. Nationers, wow, someone gave that a C. These are probably the Tokyo, the Midtown. I can understand it's an A. Krakoa, I can understand me in a B. Like I think that we can move a lot of these down just like 1. I think so. But I like this. All of the Dominations are great. I probably could have given this an A, like a lower S, high A tier. And I probably would have had to talk to the teacher to be like, hey, I have like an 89.7. Do you mind rounding that up to like an A? And I think that that's something like this map. Like you're always going to get good maps. All the ranked matches I played on there are always great. Next up, Nationers, we head into the Convergence on the Wakanda. What's the word that I'm looking for? The series, the Wakanda series. This is the Hall of the Jalia. This is the one where you have kind of like these, like almost like fire burst, and then obviously you unlock pretty much the Black Panther. This is that Convergence map, and most importantly, Nationers, it's a great map. This is a fantastic map. Where do I rate it though? That's the main question. I mean, that back end of the map is always great. You know, I think I was confusing the other one. No, we haven't actually had that one yet. Okay, this is gonna be kind of weird. I'm gonna rate it a B. And the only reason I'm gonna rate it a B, by the way, Nationers, is because the walking time to get back to like site or just your team, it is so long. And I personally, I can't stand it as much, so I gave it a B for that reason. I believe it does belong in A, just where we voted. We had an SAB, so averages around to be on the bottom side of the A tier. And now, Nationers, we head into the Domination Wakanda maps. These maps, ooh, Nationers, we gotta start this voting. We gotta start it. These Domination maps are so good. Anytime, again, just kind of walking, almost just like forking yourself together, bottlenecking. The map that has, like by the water, the waterfall map, super fun. The interior building one, that's always fun, where you have kind of like the bounce pad to get up to the upper platform, always fun there. I'm forgetting the other one off the top of my head, but those two, I at least know that I love. Oh, the other one is like the spaceship one, where you have like the walls on the side on site. Again, great map, great fights. I think, again, if we're looking at it in that terms, it's going to S for me. There's no other doubt in my mind that it's going to S. Now, Nationers, we head into what I think many people would consider their favorite map. I'm going to let the timer run. Guys, this is by far the best map. This is the Convoy map, by the way. So this is not the Convergence, it's the Convoy. The Convoy, in my mind, is the best map of all of them. There's no doubt in my mind. The S tier all the way, guys. Like, there's very few things that I dislike about this map. All of the workarounds, the health packs. Like, I know as a Scarlet Witch and even Pennymain and even Squirrel Girl at times, Moon Knight. Again, if you guys see me on Moon Knight, like crazy stuff happens on Moon Knight, especially on a map like this or any of the Domination maps too. But a great map, by the way. S tier all the way. Now, Nation, again, it's straight to S tier. The Tokyo 2099 maps are like, they're so special, Nationers. This one, I could see it a little bit lower in my mind. It's not going to be on here as long as we get all S's, but this one to me is it's great. It's fan-freaking-tastic. I love this map. Anytime that you get on site, especially around that corridor where there's like two ways that kind of breach in and you're just kind of like bottlenecked, but then you get a few flankers that kind of get a few picks and then you're on site. And then now they have to bottleneck to you, and it's fun. I enjoy this. I enjoy this map a lot. And now, Nationers, we head into the final map, the Yitzgard Royal Palace. This is the Domination maps. I'm going to go ahead and rate it in the B. Okay, I know a lot of people might like this. My opinion truly does not matter because it's the average vote. It's what the Nationers vote. I believe wholeheartedly, as fun as these maps are, they can also be just as boring, especially if you are like pushing a team back into their spawn, the long walkways to get there. The one fun map though is when you get kind of that garden with the Loki statue. That one's honestly really fun, but the one indoors, maybe not so much. There's not many health packs in there either, so you're usually dying a lot. It's usually a long walk back, and I hate to say it, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna give it. And Nationers, look at that. This is the finale of the best Marvel Rival maps. We obviously started with the Tokyo on the S tier. All of the Tokyo maps everyone loves, and we obviously work our way down. You can kind of tell what's a fit. I was really surprised. A big underrated one was the Krakoa maps. I thought a lot of people did not like those ones. I like them. A tier is very fair there. Nationers, are there anything in this tier list that you feel like is not true? Like, man, this Clintar symbiotic surface should have been up in the S tier. Let me know down in the comment section below. And of course, hope to see you guys on Twitch for the next tier list. Subscribe!